Hey everybody, it's Allison, the Holistic Homesteader. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about my favorite goat's milk soap. You guys know how much I love all things all natural and how near and dear homesteading is to my heart. So on Instagram, I had befriended another Pennsylvanian and another homesteader quite a few years ago, actually, and we've stayed friends since then. Her name is Belinda, and she used to be an RN. Now she is a full-time goat farmer, her and her littles, and she says the sweetest little kids. But they are full-time goat farmers, primarily in the raw goat milk production for raw pet food. And she is pursuing being able to make kefir or kefir, however you pronounce that. She's looking to be making that in the near future. But occasionally we are graced with these wonderful soap bars that she makes. And I just wanted to give her a wonderful shout out. Even if you just go over to Instagram and you follow her on there and follow her story, if you purchase her soaps or however it is, maybe it inspires you to find your own local goat farmer that, you know, sells the raw milk or the goat's milk soap bars. I just thought it would be a great idea to make you aware of these kind of people are out there, and these are the things that they are doing, and it's wonderful to be able to support, you know, small town people like us. So I'll tell you a little bit about some of her soap bars here. Something that I love is how beautiful these soap bars are. So this bar is the Uplifting Himalayan Salt. And you can see it legitimately has pink Himalayan salt on the top. Everything is just beautifully made. The colors are amazing. The natural colorants in it. The bars themselves are so thick and chunky. That's one thing that I like about this. Now, you do pay, you get what you pay for. These soap bars, I cut them into thirds or even into halves. And then the key to this is to keep it dry. So I use this to shower, and then when I'm done putting it on my washcloth or whatever, I actually sit it up. Our shower has sliding glass doors, and we have it's like a piece of metal that runs across the top of the doors. I sit this up on top and it stays dry in between showers. It lasts forever. So you might pay a little bit more for soap like this, but if you cut it or you just be really careful of keeping it dry, it really extends the life of your bar of soap. Now, when you make soap, you basically only need 3 ingredients. That's a very, very basic soap recipe, has 3 ingredients. The first ingredient is always a type of oil or fat, so lard, tallow, olive oil, coconut oil, or a blend of any of those. You need something fatty, and then you need lye and water. Your lye and water mixture is what chemically works with the fat and creates the saponification is the fancy term, and that's like the sudsing, lathering type effect of soap. So with a really fine type of science and weights and measurements, you don't want anything with too much lye or it'll burn your skin, and you don't want anything with too little lye or it won't suds the way that it is supposed to. So it's a really fine recipe, basically, that you have to follow in order to make sure that your soap turns out the way that you want. After that, so you have your fat, you have to get your fat up to a certain temperature. You have your lye and your water mixture. It gets super hot. It is very dangerous to work with. The fumes off of it can literally kill you. So soap making is no joke. And these people that do it are awesome. But you have to, the lye, when you add the water to it, or you either add the water to the lye or the lye to the water. It's one or the other. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you need to double check to make sure, because if you do the reverse, it could be really, really a bad deal. But your lye gets super, super hot, and you have to have that temperature come down. So the whole time your oil is getting warmer and the lye is getting colder, you're waiting until those temperatures are exactly even. And the whole process is just so, it's so against everything I like, because, you know, I don't even like to bake because it takes too much measuring and time consuming. But you have to be very, very precise. So that is the basics of soap making. Once those temperatures come together, you add them together, and I always used an immersion, a stick blender, and you just stir and stir and stir and stir and stir and stir, and then it'll all come together and kind of thicken up. And they say it comes to a trace. And what that means is if you pull your blender up out, or your spoon, oh, God help you if you're doing that by hand, your arm will be dead by the end. But if you pull your spoon up out, you will be able to, as the soap drips off, because it'll be very liquidy still, as it drips off like syrup, you should be able to see whatever shape the soap is kind of dripping off of the immersion blender. And it's coming to a trace then. You can actually see the shape sitting on top of the rest of the soap in the pot. So that's a very basic explanation. There are tons of YouTube videos out there on how to make soap. So if you're interested in that process, I encourage you to find somebody reputable and watch a soap making video from them, because I don't know if you'll ever get one from me. Maybe Belinda, I can convince her to make one and put it on YouTube. She did say that she would like to make a YouTube channel someday, but with having little kids and 100 million goats, I think her plate is a little bit full at the moment. Just as an example, here are two of the other bars of soap. Honestly, I don't remember which is which at this point, because they've been in the same bag together. They smell pretty similar, so I apologize, I don't know which is which. One of them is cedarwood and cypress, and then the other one is geranium dream. All right, everybody, there we have it. Just a little bit of information on some artisan goat milk soap. I really encourage you to find yourself a goat farmer or regular farmer and just start supporting people at a really local level. There are amazing people out there who are creating these artisan products, salves, just like me, or soaps, or they're selling their eggs or their honey. Support these people local to you. You know, I know for me personally, it always means so much to me to have that one-on-one connection with somebody who is buying something from me. The same thing with Belinda over at the Hoellein Homestead. It's amazing to me that I can just message her on Instagram and tell her how much I love her stuff, and how easy it is for me to recommend her to my friends, and the idea that I'm not only just supporting her and her homestead and her farm, but I'm also getting products that are safe for me and for my family. So I encourage you guys to do the same. All right, everybody, I hope you have loved this video. If you would love to see Belinda make a YouTube, and if you'd love to watch some crazy goat footage, drop it down in the comments and send her some encouragement. So thank you, everybody, for watching and for subscribing. I will see you next time.